What's up, folks? What's up, Celtics fans? What's up, everybody? Hope y'all enjoyed your holidays. Hope y'all was safe. Happy belated 420. Everybody, get y'all hydration on. Drink a lot of water today and for the rest of the week. If you're celebrating, the true fans, you know if you know. But the game was yesterday. Game was beautiful. That was a nice way to, kick off the start of the repeat, the back-to-back, like Mike, But before I even get into the game, I might have to drop another pod, but I really want to talk about Pritchard. And this is about the award, because he's up for the six man of the year. So yesterday the NBA reveal, and I didn't even know there was so much categories, but I guess there's 7. The only 4 I knew offhand. Of course, we know about the 6 man of the year, the MVP, coach of the year, which I'm not sure why Coach Mazzulla is not top 3. According to and I didn't check the back sources, but according to one source, I think it was, and that's what I'm saying because I don't want to be biased. So y'all could fact check this for me and drop a comment. And shout out to everyone that been dropping their comments. I didn't read it, but I noticed there was a new comment, so I appreciate it. Like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Celtics be balling. I said we trying to grow to something wonderful, beautiful, not just for Celtics fans, for basketball fans, sports fans. If you just listen to other people talk about sports, welcome. Hope you enjoy this. So back to, I said, I didn't know there was 7 categories. I think I listed 4. And I didn't mention, I think, defensive player of the year also. So that's 4 right there. I think to get to 5, maybe the best improved. And right there, that's where I'm there's 2 more. I'm okay. And I don't think this article listed all of it. I'm not gonna go through it. But according to this is the person who wrote it from ESPN.com. And his first name is Tim. And I just briefly popped up this because I didn't know if you click the person's name a little quick and show you. So that's this gentleman article right there. And if you see at the bottom, you see right there. See, I hit it, so I have to hopefully it. Nope. So let me get this back. Boom. But what I came to talk about is Peyton Pritchard. And just reading this, I said not being biased. If you just read and it's not even nothing too major, it's just listed the 3 candidates, which I said is Payton. The other 2 is Ty Jerome, and then Mikal Beasley. Those are the 3 finalists for 6 man of the year. So let me try to get this article back up. So let me try to do this, and then I didn't know that, or I didn't remember that, but see, as you see, his name is right there, right? And I'm trying to look through so if you tap his name, I say his name is Tim. I'm his last name is, I'm gonna try to butcher my main name, but if you press his name, you see how that bio comes up, or it didn't come up, but hold up. Should have just did it that way. But you see all that look information window came up. At first I'm I don't know this dude, but I still want to give his prop. But according to this, he's on that podcast, the Hoop Collection podcast, where Brian Windhorst. You know, that's the guy that always try to drop all the nuggets for, you know, NBA, whatever. That's supposedly that's the gentleman that been covering LeBron and supposed to be LeBron boy. Well, then recently you found out who knows who's what. You know, this is just TV, so everything is just entertainment. That's how I look at it. You know, but he's on a podcast. I thought he was just like, when I first seen his name, like I said, I don't know him. I just wanted to give him his props, and I just wanted to read that little part that he wrote. But like I said, I didn't want to read it without like giving his propers and shit. But all that delay and all that replay, I'm gonna read it real quick as soon as I pull it up. So basically, this is what it says. Boston Celtics guard Peyton Pritchard joined Cleveland Cavaliers guard Ty Jerome and Detroit Pistons guard Malik Beasley as finalists for the 6th Man of the Year. Article continues and says, Pritchard was one of the most consistent players for the defending, champion Celtics this season. And I can read. Leave me alone. I can read. Oh man. Alright, back to this. It says, let me just read it over again. It's not that long article, but it says Payton was one of the most consistent players for the defending champions Celtics this season, averaging 14.3 points and shooting 40.7% from three. Not bad. Beasley averaged 16.4 points and was the only player in the top 20 in 3-point attempts per game to shoot over 40%, hitting 41.6% this season. That's not bad also. Jerome, who played in only 2 games last season because of injuries, had a stellar season off the bench, averaging 12.5 points while shooting 51.6%. Shooting 51.6%. It's nice. But we're going to get into it. Overall, and 43.3. No, I'm sorry. He's shooting from 2, 51.6. And from 3, he's shooting 43.9. You know, I usually round up. So this man's shooting 44% from the beyond the arc. That's nice. And that's all basically it. It was like a little paragraph. What I say? But that's all. Like I said, I wanted to just give him his kudos. That's the only local thing there. But, and if you read that, you like, well, reading that, you would pick Beasley because they say he's in the top 20. But then, because that's how I was like, when I read that, I was like, okay, then it might be more difficult. Now we got we're in the little the other factors. Out of these 3 players, Payton is the shortest player. Beasley's coming in. I think they said he was 6'6". All right, well so whoa. All right. So Payton, they're saying he's 6'1". So you know they have they always boost up the height and everything, you know, normal thing. So they say Payton's 6'1", so we'll say 6 feet. Ty Jerome, he's 6'4". And then it says Beasley. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it said Beasley was 6'6". It says Ty. See, that's why these articles are, you know, take it for what it is. It's saying, and they have another article. It was saying Beasley was 6'4". I mean 6'6". This, and you know, it was saying like Beasley was the tallest of all the other guys. It was saying basically, Bees was 6'6". Ty Jerome was 6'5", and Peyton was 6'1". No, we'll say Peyton was 6 feet actually. So I didn't even pick up on that when I looked at this one. So check your sources. That's why I give you like, the background so you could check like, oh, you said that. Not like I'm not trying to be right or wrong, but it's good to resource stuff. That's why, we here to talk about things. So you could drop nuggets on me like, yeah, he's actually this because I've been watching him. They say he's this. And if you've been following, he's probably like say like between that. So he might be actually 6'4". That we talking about they boost heights. But then in this one they boost Peyton height more. So who knows? But anyways, according to we know Peyton is the shortest of all. And Peyton out there grabbing I wish it seems like he be grabbing 6 boards. But he's saying he's averaging 3.6 boards. And this is Peyton. Jerome, who they listing taller at 6'5", he's averaging 2 boards. And then it's saying Beasley, supposed to be 6'4", he's averaging 2.8. Shortest players getting the most boards. Peyton averaging 3.4 assists. And like I said, take it for what it is. Peyton is averaging about 28 minutes per game. It's saying 27.8. Beasley's averaging basically starting minutes. He's averaging 32.8. And Peyton too is. Anything over like 25, 26 is starting minutes to me. Because it depends how you manage your roster and whatever. And then I said this one, it said they didn't have his minutes. Well, another source says this is Ty Jerome. I think they said 24. I said don't quote me on that. Because one source said they didn't have no information, and then the other one said that he averaged about 20. And I'm just saying 24 could have been 26. This is just something I looked up, and all this information is not here. So this is that part's not there. This is here, but it just says for this article it says it's not available, and the other article says he's averaging about say between 24 and 26. Right? So between them three, Beasley averaging most minutes with 32. Payne averaging 27, say 28 minutes. And my man's averaging, say, 25, put it like that. So Payton is in the middle of the pack. Shortest player averaging more boards. And if you don't watch Payton play every night, you'll think they just hyping him up when you see him like on prime time. But Payton really that dude. He's super scrappy. That's another reason why, like, I rocks with Payton, because he's not just a 3-point shooter. He be getting those boards for real. He be in there with the big dogs. I mean, he be competing because he's a competitor. Other things, the steals and the other article, because I was trying to I had it on my phone, but I'm recording on my phone and it wouldn't transfer over, so I had to pull it up again, and then these stats are a little different. So basically, Ty Jerome he had a career high this year, 33 against Philly. Peyton Pritchard had 36. Yeah, he dropped 30. Matter of fact, he had 38, and that was a career high. Last year I think it was like 33, because those last two games he be balling. The second to last, that's why I'm like, I rock with Peyton, yo. And the second to last game, that's when we had the back-to-back. He had like maybe 3/4. He had at least 3 turnovers. And I think he played like between 33 and 38 minutes. That's not Peyton. And his shot was off. So I just contributed for him to like being like tired. And then another thing that threw off that game he picked up like some weird fouls, so he didn't really play like a rhythm game. He played minutes, but he didn't play like a rhythm game. And second night came back. I say he dropped 38 career high. So he that dude. Although he like a normal player, that's like a good night, because I think he had like 23. I might be off. If somebody remember, when we played. No, I'm trying to remember who we played the last. Was it Orlando when we played the back to back, or was it I think it was the Hornets. I think it was the Hornets that we played the back to back. But it was weird. I think we played Orlando the night before. Then we played yeah, I think that's how it went. We played Orlando, then we played the Hornets, and then we finished the season playing the Hornets Sunday. So that was weird. The back to back wasn't the same team. We actually and we won. No, we was at home. I think we finished at home the last two games, and that's the privileges, getting that chip. Because I think prior years, and I'm not sure, I just know like the last 2-3 seasons, they've been showing us more respect, and I think we was at home. I believe, yeah, we was at home to start off this year. Yeah, because that was opening night. I think that was ceremony night and all that good stuff. I think. But the prior season, like, say to go back to like 4, we always started off on the road on some weird. I know people want to see us, but like, and that's when we were still winning like 40 plus and whatever. But I'm kind of off topic, but I'm happy that when they showing us our respect, starting off at home like we supposed to. And I think we started at home last year too. I'm not sure. And now I'm like thinking because they be biased. So I'm like, did we just start at home because we wanted the chip and they wanted to give us our rings on opening night? Because that'd be one thing. Like, why are we always on the road starting off? Although it would be close by, but like I said, I could be off. But I know for a fact they was showing us love at the beginning, maybe last 3-4. But before that, I'm like, come on, man. And we, like I said, we've been balling for at least since Brad got there. Because Marcus was there. Since Marcus got there, like the new Celtics I'm talking about, we've been balling since KG came. That was like since 07. That's why I say we shifted ties since 07. We've been doing the damn thing. How many years we made the playoffs? Or should I say, how many years did we miss the playoffs? Since 2007? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm just asking. I know it's not a lot. And well, I'm gonna see if it tells me. Since the 2007-2008 season, how many times has the Boston Celtics not made the playoffs?
Since the 2007-2008 season, the Boston Celtics have missed the playoffs only once. That occurred during the 2020-2021 season. Every other season, they've made it to the postseason.
And I try to like have the speaker, I'm not sure. But basically it says since the 2007-2008 season, Boston Celtics have missed the playoffs only once. I think I said that, but that's dope. And that would have been just a guess. Since 2007, and we're in 2025, even if we don't win the chip every year, like, come on, man. If you're a Celtics fan, how mad can you really be? Because every year is an improvement. And I said since Marcus Smart, and that's the new wave. Because Avery was there, but this is like the new wave that stepped in. Because Rondo was still there for that first season. I think he got traded mid-season, something like that. I'm not sure. Like I said, drop a comment. I love like it suits me up like when I see new comments, because for like a while, and shout out to my man Ori George, like you're the only one who was like leaving comments for like the last couple years. So, and like since I started redropping again, I had like 3 new comments, so I appreciate it. You know, because with comments, I read the comments. That could, like, just off a comment, and I haven't done it, but I've heard other, like, just today, like, if you know this dude, Rockness, I think Rockness Monster from, and this is one my group, and I'm blanking out, but if you know Rockness Monster, you know the group. He rep. I had their CDs. I'm tripping right now. I can't believe I can't remember the group. But I said that's the Rockness Monster. And he was speaking about the comments. Like leaving a comment, that's like a new like that's a new pod basically. That's a conversation. Like with anything. You talking to somebody and they ask a question, that's a whole new conversation right there. Depends on the question. Or that's so not say new conversation per se, but some more to talk about. Put it like that. All around. I like your comments. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Because we building slow. And I think it's not just me. I was going to take all the blame, but nah. And I'm not even going to throw shade because I'm trying to have to grow with y'all. But a lot of people said it also. The numbers is not showing up how they supposed to. This one I was really starting to like be into YouTube. When I first started, before I even started dropping, I was doing my research. I say a lot of times numbers ain't fairly distributed. And we leave it like that. So it could be like other comments out there. And I know for a fact, like just my watch hours, I don't know how off it is, but my watch hours are off. And other people said they have watched my channel and it hasn't popped up. So, you know, why I said all that, you gotta go back. I'm not even sure, but basically I was saying drop a comment so we could have something to talk about, basically, in a roundabout way. But back to P. I think he's deserving of this award because he's averaging more boards. Instead, he's averaging like 3.6. I said, I know how accurate this is. 3.6 at home, 3.4 on the road. He's getting you 3.4 assists per game. The other guys is giving you BZ's giving you 2.8. Jerome, who's supposed to be the tallest, like I said, don't quote me on these facts, he's only giving you 2. Jerome averaging less minutes, but only like 3 less minutes, giving you 8. While Payton dropping like 16.2. I think BZ's giving you what? And this is all because I think another source said BZ, and then this too, I think they said another one was like Payton had 14. Without that article, I think it said Payton had like 14.6. This one said Payton had 14. This one I'm reading, it says Payton is averaging 16.2. The other one I think is like 14. So don't be like, oh, that's what he's averaging. Oh, I am trippings, because if you can see this, I would, but I don't go through all that there. That's what tripping me out, because I'm like, is it the article that I just read off ESPN, or is it this right here? So that's what I'm saying. This right here, right? It says Peyton Pritchard, Ty Jerome, and Mikal Beasley are all strong candidates for the 6 minute year. Pritchard standing at 6'5", feet 1 inches, averaging 14.5 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per game. And this is according to NBA.com. Right? And then up top here, it says he's averaging. And it also says the sources down here, which is pretty good. But I guess it's according to Sports Skeedia. And y'all would have to scroll to see. That's why I'm leaving here for a little bit. So yeah, like, alright. So if it's up top here, right? It's saying it's like 16 point whatever. At the bottom, it's saying it's 14. But 2 points ain't a big diffy. It's the point he's the smallest player out of 3 candidates. He's giving you and steals. The steals Ty Jerome, I think, is averaging more steals. I like steals. Payton's still up there. Payton's still giving you. Even for the silence, I'm just like looking through. I don't think it said it on this one. I pulled it up on the other one, on the other article, but I just didn't have time to go through all the stuff I asked it and report it. But I think Ty Jerome is averaging like almost 2 rebounds per game. I think it was like 1.6. I think Peyton's almost averaging a steal per game. And then I think Beasley's averaging 1 point something a game. But other than that, I think my man Peyton Pritchard been doing the damn thing. I'd love for him to get the award. If he don't, I'm gonna be crushed because he getting the championship anyway. So he be alright. Other than that, shout out to all the candidates. I'm still like, how does Coach Mazzulla not get nominated? I don't know if he was in the top 5 before. I never heard his name even mentioned. He could have been, but I never heard it. Not like I'm listening out for like, oh, you know, the only awards like I really was like interested in was, and because my dog is in it, it's the 6th man of the year, MVP. Every year, they said the last 3 years, Tatum been having like this one and only stats, and he's not mentioned. But we ain't worried about that now. We worried about chips. You know, get that back-to-back, get more commercials, get all that good stuff. So we ain't worried about a little individual achievements. It'll be nice. And this is like more of a sports fan, I think. And the way Peyton answered the question, I think someone asked, said, you know, he's been working, and it's not, if he don't get it, it's not going to deter him from still working hard, putting in the work. If he gets it, that's to show that someone knows his achievements. I said this is not a direct quote, but basically it was something like that. The way he answered the question was pretty mature, and I'm like, that's a good way to look at it. You know, he wants the award because it proved that, you know, someone acknowledges his work and effort. But if you don't get it, it's not gonna make him stop for working, because I'm sure his ultimate goal is to be a starter. If on this team, maybe not, and I don't want to see him go, so I'm not even throwing that in the universe. But if there's a big bag out there, I'm not gonna like, oh, Peyton, don't take the bag. Get that bag. You know what I mean? And hopefully that's way down in the future. Other than that, this was really about the 6th man of the year. I'm gonna come back and talk about the game, that beautiful game, Drew Holiday. You know what I mean? My man Rare View, AK Derek White, Jalen, you know what I mean? Giving us the effort. He haven't played the last 3 games, and he's dealing with injuries, so appreciate the effort. And dropped, came in 31 minutes. But I'll talk to y'all Enjoy y'all night. Deuces.